because of what the screen says. But who can remind all of us, and Mrs. Pruitt, because she doesn't have the opportunity to be in here with us. You guys don't know what I'm asking yet, so let's just wait. What are we studying in social studies? Andre? Communities. So today in technology, Mrs. Whitfield, Mrs. Pruitt, and I are going to use some technology to do our lesson on communities. So our neighborhood, the community, what is our neighborhood called? Andre, choose a friend to tell us what our neighborhood is called. Choose quickly, please.
Bryant.
Bryant, yeah. We may not all live in Bryant, but we all go to school in Bryant. So that's the community that we've taken pictures of. Thumbs up if you've seen this before. Thumbs up if you've seen this in real life, what the picture's of. Yeah. Who can tell us what the picture's of? Hudson.
The pixels is well, when I saw it, it looked like a strawberry.
Yeah, it looks like Hudson said strawberry stand, a fruit stand, and it's just a couple blocks from our school. Let's see if we can, okay. This is where our community is located on a map. Does anybody recognize anything, whether it's with words or some of the pictures on this map, that they know to be near our community? Alexis, what's one thing you recognize? Sandpoint, yeah. So Alexis is noticing that off to the east of the purple, which is our neighborhood, is Sandpoint, which may be a community that your family lives in. Delaney, what's something else you recognize? Wedgwood, another neighborhood that's, what direction is this? If this is our community and this is Wedgwood, Wedgwood is what direction from our community? Delaney, would you like to answer or choose a friend? North, yeah. Wedgwood is north of our community. What's this? It's a darker yellow line, and there's a blue shield with a number on it. Delaney, choose a friend to tell us what that part is of our community is. I-5. And Claire, if we look at the map, and this is our community, and I-5 is off in this direction, what direction is the I-5 from our school? West, yeah. So Sandpoint is east, Wedgwood is north, I-5 is west. Who can tell me what something is, whether from the map or their knowledge of our community? What is something that is south of our community? Claire, choose a friend. Yeah, the University of Washington is south of our community. Awesome job, guys. All right, I want you to turn to your partner and whisper about one of these places if you've ever seen one of these places in your community. Is it an absolute emergency? All right, go ahead. All right, we're going to come back together. If you're ready to learn and you've seen one of these pictures, show me by giving me your attention. All right, this is a picture of a street. Has anybody ever seen a street in our community? Jack, can you tell me where you've seen a street in our community?
I've seen it next to some people's houses.
Okay, so next to some people's houses. What about this picture? What's in this picture? Tyler? A house. Thumbs up if you've ever seen a house. Thumbs up if you live in a house in our community. I should see everybody's thumbs up. We're all very fortunate. And we have a lot of houses in our community. And houses look different than this one, but there are lots of homes near our school community and in our neighborhoods. This picture, what did you guys think this picture was? Janie? Yeah, it is really close to the library. Do you know what this building is? No? Guess, do you know what this building is? It's not Seattle University, but it could be very similar to Seattle University. It's a place of worship or a place to gather. So let's put our hands down. In our community, we have streets, we have homes, we have places to gather, sometimes to worship. And then, what's this picture of? Evie? Yeah, it's a picture of a park. Does anyone know what park that is? Brighton? Laurelhurst Park. Has anyone ever been to Laurelhurst Park? Awesome. These are some more pictures from our community. All right, we're going to come back together. You'll have a second. Guys, we're going to come back together. In a second, you'll have a chance to identify these places. What's up? Yeah, sure. So if you have ever seen one of these pictures, show me by doing Quiet Coyote. Hayden, which one of these pictures do you recognize as being something from our community? PCC, a grocery store. Emmett, what's another picture you recognize as being part of our community? Yeah, a bakery. The bottom left, this picture? The one, the Bryant Corner Cafe? Awesome. What about this picture? Who recognizes this picture? Flora. It's our school. It's where we spend most of our time together as a community, at least the people in this room, at ASB as Bulldogs. In our community, we have schools, stores, churches, post offices, fire stations. Who can think of something else that's not on the list that's in our community? Callum. Can you think of something else? You want to choose a friend to help? So, yeah, you're in the community. These are talking mostly about buildings, but you're certainly right. You're a citizen of our community. Molly, what's something else that's in our community? Libraries and parks. Excellent things in our community. Mrs. Pruitt is going to continue our conversation about what's in our community with our iPads.
What I'd like you guys to do right now is to have everyone at the table just grab your iPad, grab any iPad that's right in front of you, and I want you to open up Epic. It does not matter what number today, just take an iPad. Turn them on and go to Epic. No, not yet. I think we're okay. Okay. So within Epic, I'm waiting to see that everyone's on Epic. We're not quite on Epic yet. I love the way that so many of you are listening and able to get onto Epic right away. Within Epic, you're going to tap on Mrs. Whitbold. She's got one of the two apples. Hers is green. The green. Tap. Great. Find your name. Find your name.
How do you get new characters?
Let's not worry about characters now. We're going to find your name up there. Okay. And next, once you've found your name, I'd like you to go to your mailbox. Within your mailbox, you're going to see down, let's see, where did it go? Canaries fall. Oh, did I not assign this? Hold on one second. I think I forgot to assign. That's okay. If you'll give me one quick second, I can easily go right in. This is the one I wanted to assign. Nope. Where did it go? I just put it in there for you yesterday on neighborhoods. Well, you know what? I can do this another way. Let me do this. Sometimes it happens. Neighborhood, if you'll just be patient. This is the one that I wanted, and I had it set up in a collection. Oh, I'm so silly. It's because I'm not in Mrs. Whitbold's. That's why. Oh my gosh. I was under students. That was my problem. So, well, thank you. Well, I tell you what. Let me have you guys do this. This is going to be pretty fun for you. Go into search right here, and we're going to type in the word all together. Ready? Neighborhood. N-E-I-G-H-B-O-R-H-O-O-D. I'll keep it spelled up here. Neighborhood. Nope. Neighborhood. And as soon as you hit enter on neighborhood, you're going to see a lot of different titles. And you're going to be scrolling down to this one right here. See where the little hand is? This is my neighborhood. This is my neighborhood. Please open that book. It is spelled out for you right up there. There you go. Neighborhood. I noticed that you haven't typed in neighborhood yet. Can you start? N-E-I. Can you? There's neighborhood right there. There you go. That was neighbor. And we need neighborhood. Hood. There you go. Okay. Now I'm going to click on this right here so you can see which one it is. This is my neighborhood. You can follow along on yours so you have it up close. And there's a reason that I want you to have your iPad. It's more than just let's look and read this story together. You're going to use your iPads for an art activity when we're finished, another learning activity. So let's take a look. On the first page, Malik called my new neighbor. Buddy's run away, and I'm so worried. Can you help me find him? Sure, Mrs. Z, I said. I know this neighborhood better than anybody. I'll tell Dad where I'm going, and then I'll meet you out front. A neighborhood is a group of people and buildings in one area. Neighborhoods are sometimes called communities. Dad and I met Mrs. Z on the sidewalk. Why do you think Buddy ran? I asked. Well, we used to live on a farm in the country, she said. There was a lot of open space to run. Buddy forgot he lives in a neighborhood now. And in the big yellow teardrop it says, neighborhoods in the city have many buildings and houses. Rural neighborhoods in the country have fewer buildings and people. To continue, he says, the park has lots of open space, I said. Let's start there. Dad said he could help. We hurried in that direction, calling Buddy's name. My best friend lives in an apartment by the park. I ran up the steps and ran along rang the buzzer. Elena, can you help us find Buddy? Mr. Roberts was waiting at the bus stop and heard us calling Buddy. A dog was barking over there. He pointed up the hill at the school. I'll help you search. My shopping can wait. We'll cover even more ground if we split up, Mr. Roberts said. He and Mrs. Z headed uphill. The rest of us kept going towards the park. We passed a lemonade stand. The kids there hadn't seen Buddy. My babysitter Olivia was at the park playing basketball. We asked if she'd seen a black and white dog running loose. I haven't, she said. But why don't you climb to the top of the slide? You'll be able to see farther. Whoops. Ah! Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. There it goes. Okay. We didn't see Buddy, but we did see a worker high up in a bucket truck. She shook her head at our question. Sorry, kids, I haven't seen him. And when I'm up here, I can see all the way from Johnson Street to Park Street. So now, looking at your picture, you can see a lot of the different buildings that we've already said we have in our Bryant community too. There's a pizza place. We have a pizza place, so we have places to eat. We have some restaurants. There's an apartment building. We have apartment buildings here. There's a park and houses. So a lot of the same things that are in the story we have in our town here, our community as well. Maybe we should hang a lost dog sign somewhere, I said. Good idea, Dad answered. We can walk over to the coffee shop and leave one there. Well, this is Seattle. We have a lot of coffee shops, don't we? We'd better go home and get paper and markers to make a sign, I said. We headed down a different block, still calling for Buddy. We met Mrs. Z and Mr. Roberts, and I told them about our sign idea. I've got the perfect photo of Buddy we can add, said Mrs. Z. Elena and I hurried around the corner onto our street, and there was Buddy, all sound asleep on Mrs. Z's front step. Buddy's here, I called to the others, and he's safe. Mrs. Z told Dad we deserved a reward for helping, even though Buddy really found himself. We walked to the coffee shop with Buddy on his leash. Thanks, Mrs. Z, I said, and I took a big bite of my treat. I didn't really need a reward. Dad says helping out is the neighborly thing to do. But this cupcake tastes pretty neighborly too. So now we get a chance to hear about or learn a little bit more about your neighborhood from Mrs. Whitbow.
Thank you. You've been doing a wonderful job, boys and girls, listening. Now let's put your eyes up here, not on, I left my papers in the back. Let me just go back here. Thank you. Please, let's put your eyes on Mrs. Whitbow. I need all of these. Yep, thank you.
Can you guys take your iPad and set it in front of you, up, out of your hand's reach for a moment? You'll need to see them, but you won't need it right close in front of you. You're going to have some papers in front of you in a minute.
Okay, eyes up here.
Everyone at this table has listened except for one person. I love that.
Yep, I'm waiting.
Everyone has listened here. Everyone at this table has just about listened. I'm just going to set it out of our hands' reach.
If your neighbor has self-control, boys and girls, let's pretend it's contagious. Contagious means you can catch it, right? Let's catch the self-control bug. Okay, so what you're going to do today, Enzo, please put that down. I need eyes on here. A few of you, Brighton and Brendan, you need to be looking up here. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to assign different tables, different parts of a community, right? And we've got, as Ms. Pruitt said and Ms. Regali said, we have churches, we have parks, we have apartment buildings, we have homes, we have stores, we have churches, places of worship, we have libraries, we have fire stations, we have police stations, there are doctor's offices, can I speak, please? There are veterinary offices, correct? There are hospitals. Maybe not right here in Bryant, but on the outskirts of Bryant is probably where the hospital is. I'm not very familiar with your I'm not very familiar with your neighborhood. So if you have a hospital in Bryant, one of you can be in charge of drawing the hospital. You're actually not drawing it. Please. I have the templates of several types of structures. So this looks very plain, doesn't it? It looks like a milk carton, but it's not a milk carton. Yep, that's good. Let me put it on the document camera so you can see it. Thank you. It's not very bright. Thank you.
Yep, I got this part.
That's night on top of the milk carton. Now it's day. And that's the big moon we just saw the other night. And here's a structure. So, sorry. So boys and girls, what can you turn this into? Let's say that you're the part of the city where the stores are. What kind of a store could this be?
Like, it could be a grocery store.
It could be a grocery store. It could be kind of like a corner grocery store, right? That sells maybe oranges and the necessities, or newspapers. So that could be a grocery store. What else could it be? A tiny little store. It could be fancy, Joe.
It could be a Lego store.
It could be. Isn't that fun? You could design this town and put in everything you want. Kendall.
A coffee shop.
Coffee shop, absolutely. One more, Claire.
Where I used to live in Ballard, there was this. It was like this mini coffee place. It was like this pickup coffee place where and there's like is that cafe.
Oh, okay, the little drive-through ones. There actually is one. It's called Muddy Waters, I think. It's down here on 65th, and I don't know. I've gone through it. It's always in the dark. I just head right to the coffee. I'm not looking at street signs. So you could make this into a tiny house, or you could make it into a building that is a restaurant or a store. Then we have a larger building here. What could this one be? Raising your hands. Hey. Oh, it could be a hospital. I didn't even think about that. And would you write hospital? Could you write children's hospital over here? You could, couldn't you? Could you have flowers in the window for the patients? You see that often, don't you? Could you draw maybe an ambulance over here? Yes. Could that also be a library? I know, we're so low on them. Here, do you want one of these? Oh, an eraser. Here you go.
There might be some questions.
Here's an eraser. What a great idea. Okay, so that could also be a library. The library in my town was large like that. It was several stories high. Yes, Hudson. It could be a church. You could put a cross on it. You could make some of the windows stained glass windows. Clever. One more, Janie. You know, I would like to do that, but then I think there's going to be a lot of confusion. How about if I just put a few down at every table? You talk to your table mates, okay? You can pretend I'll pick a mayor for each part of the town, all right? You can be in charge of this. So many things can be made from this particular structure. Evie. It could be a school, absolutely. One more. Oh, it could be an orphanage, couldn't it? Yes, that could be. That's a great idea. You see all the little faces at the window looking for parents? Okay. This now is another structure. Kind of tiny again. Could it be a home? Absolutely. Could it be a candy shop? Yes. Could it be a place to get your nails done? I know that Seattle has so many of those places. Could it be a yoga studio? Right? Could it be Top Hot Donuts? Yes. All right, one more structure here we're going to look at. Here is another building that you could make something fun from. What does that look like? Abby? That could be an apartment building, couldn't it? And one more. It could be a church. Now, when you do that, after you're done that, you're going to do another part of this. I had it in my hands, which means absolutely nothing. It was the writing part. Oh, here it is. Okay, so after you've done your drawing and your decorating and your labeling, you're going to write this little reflection. In my community, let's pick a church. The church is important because it is a place where, who wants to help me fill that in? It is a place where Flora. Excellent. People pray. People go to worship. People gather to come together as a religious community. A church in my community is called, and you could put the name of St. Bridget or what other churches are around here? Assumption? St. what, honey? Yes.
There's a church up my street.
Mm-hmm. Joe?
I still think it is.
Okay. Janie? Bellevue. See, I don't know the churches around here. I could tell you the churches in Ballard, but I don't know the churches here. And then you would put here a proper noun, right? Bryant Cafe. In my community, the coffee shop is important because it is a place where people meet and talk and work on their laptops and read the newspaper. Okay, so I'm going to assign some groups here. This is going to be the residential section, yes, of our community. Residential means it's where people live. So you're going to be designing houses. Isn't that great? You can give, that's this group. So you can give them pink shutters, flower boxes outside. Excuse me. The mayor at this table is Kendall. This table is and I don't mean Kendall. I'm sorry, Alexis. Okay, I'm looking at the back of your hair. Okay, here we go. And at this table, you are going to be the store owners. So you're going to design stores. Over here, the mayor. Oh my gosh, it has to. I think Hayden looks very mayorish today with her scarf. Okay, over here, we are going to have, this is the community helpers. So you're going to be the fire station, the hospital, the vet, the police department, and over here, what? Oh. The mayor is going to be, Erin, you look like a good mayor.
Mayor.
Obviously, women are ruling this community. I'm going to have to pick a man over here. All right, and what's left? The
candy stores.
Those would be stores. You can do schools and stores. Okay? What? I'm going to pass them around. Stop. The mayor here is going to be, Brendan, you're looking like a mayor today.
Do we still do those like little mini that are in town?
Yeah. 3 of those. Yes. Here, this would be a good orphanage. Ms. Regali, could you just flash the lights? I could use some help just handing these out randomly. Just randomly.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have everyone listen for a moment?
Can I do a candy shop?
Yes.
Half of you. I love the way that this whole table.
This table's not listening at all.
Oh, I have one table listening. I'm waiting for 5 more people to listen. Eyes are on me. If eyes are on me, then I feel so appreciated and listened to. Thank you. So half of you, meaning these 2 teams right now, you 2 teams today are going to go to drama first, so that when you come back, you're like your own little community at your table to finish what you're working on.
Here,
And during part of our time today, we'll be able to still check out books.
I can take some more from you. I shouldn't have given you that. Thank you.
The reason you have your iPad is so that you can go back and look at the pictures if there is a picture of something that you would like to get inspiration from. If your iPad was taken away because you weren't listening, then you are welcome to get that once you are starting your drawings again. And those are on the back table. So let me have these 2 tables right here come line up and push in your chairs. Be ready to go. You'll get the rest of your things when you're ready, okay? Right over here.
Thank you. I have to give you this.
Everybody over here, it doesn't matter. We're doing it differently. It's not by calendar. It's not by stuff. Come on over here.
Here you go, Miss.
Oh, thank you.